Where revolution meets the streets, social issues, justice. But here we go. Welcome to the man cave. Welcome to the man cave. Yeah. Welcome to the man cave. You're now welcome to the man cave. Welcome to the ghetto where you were welcome to settle. But if freedom's what you want, we gon' turn it up a level. Everybody plays the fool, you should know. Aaron Neville, angels get their wings battling the devil. Welcome to the man cave. They want the truth from us. Don't know what to do.
Welcome back. We're glad to be back with you. I'm Verb.
I'm Reels.
And we welcome to another edition of Man Cave with Verb and Reel. A lot of changes going on. You probably heard, you've seen this on the social media. You've seen that there's a lot of things that happen. A lot of changes, new drops, new music, new logos, new
everything.
Rebranding, right?
Yeah, total rebranding.
And
whole new concept.
it was a situation. If you didn't tune into the live, there's a little situation. We ain't gonna, I guess, get too deep on the situation.
Right.
But
no need.
as with all things, when you have a lot of personalities, a lot of heads involved, sometimes it's tough doing business with certain individuals. I think that's just in a general sense.
Sure.
Friends, family.
Sure.
When personalities clash and you get friends with business and direction and certain things that you're trying to do. I mean, you care to speak on it? You want to expound on that?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes business and friends just don't mix.
Yeah.
And sometimes those friends you think that are down with the business are really only down with their business, which has nothing to do with the business at hand. And it causes for checking the files, as I always say, check the files. Make sure that all the I's are dotted. Make sure all the T's are crossed. What I'm talking about is get your paperwork right.
Right.
And it's a shame that you can't have, just a handshake between brothers, between your family and business. But it's those closest to you that hurt you the most and the quickest, especially when it comes to money or when it comes to business.
Right.
So you want to watch it. You want to watch yourself and make sure everything is correct. Mm-hmm. Get that paperwork right.
Right. It's important. It's an important thing.
Very important.
What my man say, Crush Groove, ain't gonna be no handshakes this time.
We're gonna be, from this point on, we're gonna sign on the dotted line. Yeah. Shout out to
I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
I get it, homie to homie. Cats, we do. It's always love. You shake hands and do certain things, but being legal and being legit with certain paperwork and just having the same direction, I think it's extremely important, man. We talked about this, and I don't knock anybody for their own individual goals or mission that they have. It's just, it's okay if my mission is not your mission. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and Real, we connect on a lot of things, I think, dealing with, I guess, social justice. Not even social justice, just being, men of the people. And
right.
Everybody don't think how we think. You got cats that want to make money, and I'm not mad at that. If you a hustler, you want to make money. If you want fame, notoriety, if you want internet fame, and I'm speaking in a general sense. Whatever you want, that's your personal business. But everybody is not gonna want what you want. You know what I'm saying? You could be doing rap, be an MC. You might want to say, hey, I want my music just to be low key, local, do some shows, and that's cool. But you got people who want to be bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you have that conflict, and you have those individual issues where you just don't see eye to eye, and that's okay at the end of the day. You just got to know when to cut ties and make moves, and that's why it's always important to have your paperwork in order, especially if you're going to be getting into any business and getting in bed with folks. Me and Real, we both creatives, so like, it was a setback, but it's nothing to pivot. You know what I'm saying? Nothing to pivot and keep moving forward.
Right.
It's
ain't no stutter stepping here.
Nah. And it's always nice to do stuff with a team.
Sure.
But sometimes it just don't work out like that.
It just don't work out that way.
And so from here on out, you're going to be seeing the man cave. You're going to be seeing a lot more of us. You're going to see a lot more hands-on, stuff. We're going to be working in the community, getting out of our comfort zone. We talked about going to...
Yeah, we're talking about getting real interactive with the community and our viewers and listeners. We're about to get out there with y'all, shake some hands, let y'all see ourselves on television. We want to see y'all with us doing what we do. We want to put y'all brand on the market.
Right.
Let that be seen. Let that be heard. Because that's what our platform was originally about. Getting connected to the community, getting connected to the people, giving the people in the community a voice of their own. Everyone is individualized. Just because we're all black don't mean we all think the same way. Don't mean that we all have the same plans for being successful. and we want to be able to foster and nurture whatever that is that you got going on that you're pushing in order to be successful.
Right.
So yeah, again, looking into the business purview, you want to make sure we're gonna be hitting this home throughout the podcast tonight. Get your paperwork correct.
Yeah.
Because the situation that me and Verb just went through with the earlier project caused us to say, look, we don't have to get indignant. We don't have to get culturally indignant. we just get professionally sound.
Right.
And we dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's. And now we know where we're going. The direction is safe. We're on a whole new code of honor, and we're focused. And we're looking to bring some more people in and get them to help them get their brands out there.
Right. And not to cut you off, but
No, go ahead, please.
And I think that's extremely important. So like from here on out, like we're gonna be dedicated to dropping resources for like cats that's trying to get they brand popping, they music popping, they clothing line popping, film, video, whatever.
Supermarkets,
whatever you're doing,
whatever you're into.
Intellectual property,
right?
And knowing the ins and outs of the legal system is extremely important. Because if you don't know what you're doing and somebody comes snatch it, get that, like that Fortnite syndrome. You know what I'm saying? You out here creating dances or whatever you create.
All of a sudden,
somebody else run with it.
You come, hey, hey,
you know what I'm saying?
That's mine.
That's mine. And
no, it ain't. They're copywritten.
Right.
It's,
and then
it's
with
trademarked.
That's a tricky situation because it's a dance thing, right? But just in general, have your shit covered.
Have it covered.
Because you have somebody, you get that death row type thing. Somebody else be owning your stuff.
Right.
They own your masters. You can't do what you want to do. So it's
Can't
important.
move.
It's
You
important. And whether it be dealing with graphics, T-shirt, the templates, like just knowing that you got to be on top of things. And some of this stuff is easy, but if you've never been told how to do it,
it's hard.
It sounds hard.
It sounds hard.
You got 10 pages of legal mumbo jumbo. And then it's like
one signature
right,
page.
and a lot of people you get people get lazy. I get it. You see all this legal jargon.
Right.
You don't want to get down to the nitty gritty and crack it open.
But you want to be in business.
But it'll save you time in the long run.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't have one without the other. Like peanut butter and jelly. You can't have one without the other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You gonna eat a peanut butter sandwich, but your mouth gonna be dry.
Dry as hell. Can I get your milk? You still gotta be right. You know what I'm saying?
Around the choke like eating a Popeye's biscuit with no salt. You know what I'm saying?
We weren't even talking about Popeyes. We're gonna get to Popeyes a little bit later in the podcast. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot to say about their revolutionized chicken sandwich.
Yeah. He said they putting something in the chicken.
Oh my God!
But that's the real. But you want to check your ingredients.
Check your ingredients.
Know who you're working with and know what you're doing.
Know who the chef is. Know what the chef is cooking.
Yeah.
Know the chefs.
Know the chefs. Right.
Know the chefs. You know what I'm saying?
Before you put your name on it, because I think that's the worst thing. You dedicate a bunch of time. You dedicate a bunch of energy because that's value. That's currency. Time is currency.
Sure.
You put your time into something and then you don't get to reap the rewards in the proper way. So or it's like pulling teeth in this constant battle, and that's what we try to do. We don't want to have this constant battle. So like before I make moves, I hit my mans. It's something even if it's minute. I'll be like, hey, check it out. Right. I know he cool with it, but I just say this is what I'm doing.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And some people say, oh, that's checking. No, it's a trust factor. It's not checking in.
It's not checking in.
It's checking up.
It's
you know what I'm saying?
Sure, look, am I right?
Yeah.
If this look right, how's it sound? This is what I'm doing, but how's it sound to you?
Right, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Especially if you got respect for the person you're talking to, it's okay. You can call whatever the hell you want to call. You want to call it checking in? Check in then. Yeah. You want to be about being accountable. You know what I'm saying? To someone other than yourself, because we don't know everything. You don't know everything.
That's real talk.
Someone that's been in the business much longer than you knows what's going on. You want, that's somebody you want to check in with.
Right.
You want to hear what he or she has to say about that particular business venture you're on, because they've already been on that road for a long time and making money at it, being successful at it.
Right.
You're coming in as a relative babe, trying to get into that lane with little to no information. I mean, you got the drive and the passion, but that's just 1% or 10% of the whole successful concept of being in business. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you want to check in with those people that have already been on the in that lane doing that same business that you want to do. They got some information for you. Check them out.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing. I think it's a big part of that. I think it's coming with your hat in hand. You know what I'm saying? I think you come
be humble.
Realize that you're an infinite.
Right. Be humble.
And I think that's the worst thing when you see somebody who's creative or if they have an idea and you see them just defeated, just blown out the water, because sometimes people don't want to listen. We hard-headed, and nobody's perfect, you know what I'm saying? But I think the best thing is listening and talking to people that, try to find people you can trust, and it's trial and error, you know what I'm saying? Like D always tell me, he say, I went through certain things so my kids don't have to go through those things.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So if you got love and there's other people out there that you can reach out to on certain things, and even like with the podcast, like I hit people up, simple questions like, how long did it take to start getting things on, moving? They say, okay, well start like this, do that. We got the video game in order. We got this in order. Like it's baby steps. It's not gonna just happen overnight.
It's a process to it.
Right. And especially too because me and D both have something bigger at stake. It's not just about trying to build followers or trying to make money. We're trying to do some legit stuff for the community. So that involves a lot of trust. Remember we talking about going into people's homes and going into people's communities, and if they can't trust you and they think you're just there for a photo op, that's not to get there. You know what I'm saying?
That bridge is burnt.
And
you can't go back and remend that.
Yeah, you can't go. You got to come correct, and I think that's extremely important.
Right. No, and burning bridges. Like I said, the situation we just came out of was a burning bridges situation. Right. That's a bridge that cannot be mended. It cannot be reworked. It's unfortunate. And then we ain't got no hate for no one. You know what I'm saying? We want to see everyone prosper and do what they're meant to do. You know what I'm saying? Be successful at it. But coming back to this particular development project, that's a no-no.
Right.
Because you've already shown us who you are. We can never trust you again. You tried to take something that wasn't yours in essence to make it yours. You know what I'm saying? And get the whole social media community behind you on it. And I'm sitting back going, HOW. How? Why? Why would you do that? And so you got a situation between two grown men, or you got a situation between business partners, and outside forces or outside entities into that situation, because all they're going to do is stir the pot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't have really a vested interest or dog in that particular fight, but they're representing for they people, which that's fine and good, but it has no place in the business realm of what's going on.
Yeah. It's I agree. It's not like seeing bad breakups. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's different. You know what I'm saying? We can never be too protected in this game of business.
Right.
We can never be too ready, to sign a contract. You know what I'm saying? Because the more ready you are to sign a contract, that means you've done your homework about that contract. You dig what I'm saying? You're not gonna get screwed over if you know what you're doing before you sign on the dotted line.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But again, watch yourself, cover yourself, get that paperwork right, stay legal, and stop burning bridges.
Yeah, I think that's important. I agree, and I co-sign that. I think you said it best, man. I think it's not we differ on some things, but it's never a personal beef.
Right.
And then even if we had a company together, you want to dissolve in a manner that y'all still save face and everybody comes out intact. You know what I'm saying?
Right. We're still brothers. We're still home. We're still friends.
Yeah.
This particular piece of we may be able to do business in the future.
Yeah, on something else.
Right. This particular piece of business didn't work out the way.
And I think that's the important part about burning bridges.
It's very important.
And I think that's
we
talked about last time. Like you don't want to Antonio Brown yourself. You don't want to have one thing on this end, have another thing on that end,
and everybody shut.
And you can never come back. And it's like I love you, bro, but you made the situation uneasy.
You made it uneasy
by the way you walked out.
Right.
You slammed the door on the way out.
It's locked now.
Then you knocking like.
There's no one there.
Hey, what y'all doing?
Right.
It's too late now.
Now it's gone.
So
that door's locked.
I think that's important. So, I mean, in all,
check
whatever
you
at
the door.
Check what you're doing. Check the temperature, as we always say.
Check the temperature, like we always say.
Check the paperwork.
Check the paperwork.
And, make sure that y'all working in the same direction.
Right.
And it's okay to disagree.
Creative differences. That's what business is about.
Important, for sure important. But at the same time, just know the ultimate goal is the same. We disagree, but our ultimate goals will never change.
Never
change.
What I'm saying?
We might have different ways that we want to get there, and then sometimes I might get off a little bit. He get me back on track. He might get off a little bit, but at the end of the day, we're not working against each other.
We're not working against each other. You'll never see that on the Man Cave with Verb and Reel. You'll never see us at each other's throat or on each other's heads. Yeah. You may see us clowning, but you'll never see us in an enemy type situation. Not us. That's not going down. Yeah. Because I know him. He knows me. We know our direction.
Yeah.
We got a strong foothold in what we're doing, and we believe in it. And we want y'all to believe in us too. So,
That's
keep
real.
following us. Stay with us.
Word.
Word up.
Word.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Man Cave with Verb and Reel. And we talk about a lot of deep stuff, but we also, we focus on pop culture also a lot of times on the show, or just stuff that's getting the community going. And something that had me going, that I see everybody talking about, is your boy T.I. T.I.
T.M.I.
My boy T.I. And if you haven't heard it, you can Google it. He was talking about the situation between him and his daughter, checking out her good,
gynecologist.
Yeah, he privy to what's going on down there.
He got too much information.
He said he got too much information.
Yeah.
Now, me and my mans, we had a talk about this. I get it. We both fathers.
Both got daughters.
Both got daughters. I got 2 daughters.
I got 2 daughters.
You got 2 daughters, and I think you do all you can to protect your kids. Show them the right way, boys and girls.
Sure.
Don't get it twisted.
Right.
Regardless of the age, they still gonna be your baby.
Always.
You know what I'm saying? Mine are young, but I can only imagine the type of headaches and fights that we're gonna have later. Now, with that being said, we talked about that. D.
What's up?
Is T.I. bugging?
Out.
He said out. He is bugging out.
He's bugging out. And all shots out to Tip, man. We ain't got no hate for Tip. Tip is culturally sound. He's got his feet firmly planted in the pavement. He makes damn good hip hop music. So we got a lot of love for the brother. However, Tip,
He said,
stay out the gynecologist examination room. Your daughter don't need you up in there, bro.
in general.
In general, just that's not cool. I mean, you're her father. That's a grown woman, man. Last thing you need. Let me give you just a little caveat. My wife caught my daughter at the age of 12, I think she was, doing some shit on the phone, and
Oh Lord.
my baby was recording it, and my wife caught her in the act. She in her room. She wasn't, being too vulgar, but she was twerking. But she was twerking in a under. I'm like, I don't need that image in my head.
Yeah, right.
My wife was, baby, you need to look at this. I said, no, I don't.
Yeah.
No, I don't. You were her mother. You saw it. That's fine. I don't need that image of my baby girl in my head.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine what it would do to somebody like me.
To know that that's what was going on.
I'm not gonna be.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think he was looking. I think he was just checking up with the doctors, getting he getting the information.
Was the Heimlich broke? Wait a minute. Hold up, man. Why you on? That's too much.
And we talked about this earlier. Bro. We both students of history. We like history.
So.
And we was talking about dowries and just different, we was talking about this whole idea of purity and dealing with women or, girls coming of age and, as a father, you having, a say in that whole process. I don't think nobody wants their kid out there being extremely fallacious and wilding.
No.
But at the same time, I wouldn't want my son to be out there like that either. But it's also trial and error. And it's like, there's a fine balance between trying to protect your kid from the world and I think trying to let them experience certain things. Like, me, I'm laissez-faire with a lot of shit, but I'm very protective of my kids off top. You know what I'm saying? I think I always will be. But I think that's going to be a battle I have. I don't feel like as if I'm like in a position to be like, you better not do X, Y, Z. I'm going to try to like put that fear in you a low key. Right. But like, I realize that people going to go out there and do shit. Like, The reality of it is like, what I'm going to lock you down? Lock you in the house, you can't talk to nobody, can't go nowhere, can't do nothing.
At some point, you got to take the man cuffs off, the daddy cuffs off, and not hover over your children. They got to grow up and they got to go out. They got to leave your home and they got to become their own people, their own adults. We want to trust our children wherever possible.
Give them the tools.
We have tools, right? We're giving the right tools. You know what I'm saying? But that's from childhood up into young adulthood into adulthood.
Can I pose a question? Not to cut you off. Can I pose a question? What did we talk about earlier? And I want you to, build on this.
Sure.
It's important to set that example too, though.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? I think it's hypocritical to be like, well, I want this for my daughters when I'm a shitty dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you see what I'm doing and I'm out here, like we talked about you being married, I'm like, yo, my dude D is solid. I see the way you are with your wife, so therefore, it's a good representation for a young person coming up to say, oh, that's solid. That's how you get down.
Sure.
But if you out here running the streets doing all this, and then your kid is running the streets, like, y'all both looking at each other like, well, what you doing?
Right.
Well, I'm grown. Well, shit, 18, I'm grown. Like, it's you know, you get what I'm saying? Like, so you don't want nobody, I get it, it's hard, because you want your kid,
let's
have fun, but not too much fun.
Right.
I get it, but like, you know, I want to lock you down. You know what I'm saying?
You could, like, you can raise your children too much like you, and then not respect what they've become.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you're an individual, if you're a father raising an individual son, you know, you're a single father raising your child, raising your son, and you know you're a womanizer. You smoke weed, you smoke cigarettes, you drink, whatever, you do what you do, and your son or your child is seeing you do these things. You're constantly trying, whether you know it or not, you're putting in his head that this is the behavior that is okay. This is the behavior that is accepted as a young man. But all the while you're saying, don't do this. But your actions speak louder than your words. Because all he sees, or all they see is what you do. They pay little attention to what you say. They see what you do. And then you got the audacity, when you've done this behavior, expose them to this behavior for years and years and years, to get angry when they turn out like you.
Right.
You want to put hands on them, and you want to kick them out your house, and you want to talk down to them. But you've created this person. I don't want to say monster, but you've set the tone for this monstrosity, to develop. You know what I'm saying?
You put people on that path.
You put the foundation out, and now the monstrosity is here, and now you don't know what to do with it. You want to ask the whole world, how? Yeah. Well, we know how. Your ass. Yeah. So, take a step back. Early on in the game, take a step back, and allow your children to be who they're going to be. Now, I'm not saying let them run amok. Yeah. By no means am I saying let them run amok. What I'm saying in this particular point is cut the deck. Draw the line. Let them be who they're going to be, and they're going to make mistakes along the way, but you just got to be there to, say, son, okay, this is how you do it. You tried it that way, now try it this way. Daughter, I want you to be safe. You're my baby. I can't be there with you everywhere you go, but know that I'm always here for you.
It's deep. I think that's deep. I think that's important. I think, I don't think none of this stuff comes.
I ain't going to the gynecologist.
You say you ain't
I don't even know all that. I don't even know it.
You don't need that. Yeah, I don't think I'll be asking all them questions either. And I think it's important. I think it don't come with an instruction manual. You know what I'm saying?
Children.
And at the same time, like, I'm not gonna be one of those parents. Let me see, how can I put this? A lot of times we got a lot of them parents. My mom was like that, great parent, but like one of my I told you so parents. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew it. Look at you. You done broke your damn arm. You sitting there.
Yeah, walk it off.
You sitting there. You sitting there, arm broken, laid out. Look at you, then broke. Pick your arm up. Let's go to the doctor.
You got the splint.
Yeah.
The splint and the pole.
Yeah. Pick your arm up and let's go to the hospital.
Told you, dumbass.
Yeah, you picking your leg up off the ground. But what I'm saying all that to say this is like, eventually, like, you don't want to just be that parent that hammer.
What do they call them? Hover? What do they call them? Hover?
We call them helicopter parents.
Helicopter.
Like you hovering over. I get trying to protect your kid for sure, guaranteed.
Hover mom, hover dad.
You don't want to. But you don't want to. You want a helicopter. I think it's a way to like kind of sit back, be hands off, and kind of watch what goes on.
You can go up instead of 10,000 feet of hovering. You can go 30,000 and zoom in and get a bird's eye view with the zoom in lens.
Yeah.
Like, okay, they about to make a mistake.
Yeah.
And if it's a mistake, you know that they can't get back from. That's when you fly in and say, put on brakes.
Yeah. Because I think you can be a cool parent.
Right.
But it got to be that thin line where you click and say, hold up.
Sure.
I'm still your parent. You feel me?
Right.
I'm cool, but I'm still your parent. And at the end of the day, I think you're a protector. As a father, you're a protector. And I also want to be somebody who wise enough to be able to give you good lessons. And come to me correct without you always feeling like I'm just going to judge you and I'm going to bury you into the ground. I remember some of them parents would be like, if you ever find yourself at a party and you drunk, call me and I'll come pick you up. You think in your head like, if I call my mama right now at 3 a.m, she gonna beat my ass. And no questions asked, baby. I'm just gonna come pick you up. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna come get you. I said, you better walk your ass off.
Might drag you out the party.
But no, but I'm saying all that to say this though. At the end of the day, I think being a parent is rough, man. I think being a parent is hard, but it's also I think what you instill in children.
It's an honorable thing.
It's a great thing. I don't think I think at the end of the day it can be very rewarding. I think you can't like try to restrict people too much because you have people they get their first little taste of freedom and they lose their damn mind. You know what I'm saying? You try to be this parent to where you want to just restrict everything. So I think it's a proper balance. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you got wild people in the world, you got wild kids in the world, but I think you learn, you put your kid, you give them game enough to know how to spot a sucker. Like, that dude's a sucker, this girl's a sucker. So, like, I know I'm not trying to get caught up in that because I got bigger goals.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
If I may, you raise your kids differently. You know what I'm saying? You raise your daughters differently from the way you raise your sons. You know what I'm saying? It's just only natural. Yeah. You know, because here's the language. Here's the scenario. Excuse me, the scenario. Your daughter comes home. Or should I say, your son comes home and says, "Daddy, I got somebody pregnant." You be like, "Well, how could you do this?" And then your daughter comes home and says, "Daddy, I'm pregnant." The sweat starts to pour. Where that motherfucker at? Who is his daddy? I'm gonna kill everybody. You don't want nothing to touch your baby girl. Mm-hmm. You want your baby girl to be with somebody not like you used to be. Yeah. You know, you want your son to be the type of man that you weren't. Right. You don't want no teen pregnancies in your home. I mean, I got a 14-year-old. She just got into high school, and I'm scared. Man, look.
But I hate to be the person whoever tried to date her.
Yeah, it's gonna be a problem.
He be like on Bad Boys, be trying to be yoking the kid up.
What you doing here? Who is it? It's Reggie.
Your daddy crazy, but
anyway,
at the day, we mean well. I think
sure.
Fathers, we mean well. I think the best thing you can do is be fair and balanced, firm but fair, balanced, and try to keep a level head with certain situations. I think people got to experience shit for themselves. And
hey y'all, what's up? It's your boy Reels from Verb and Reel in the Man Cave. We're back with some street news. We got some important information coming out the streets. There's a truce going on right now in South Los Angeles between the Florencia 13s and the East Coast Crip gang. Now this is a beef that started in the streets. Actually, it started back before their actual beef between the blacks and the Mexicans, trying to lock down a dope tunnel, a dope pipeline from the Mexican mafia and so on. That began in prison. You know, now it's spilled over into the streets, and it's been going on for a long time. Blacks and Mexicans fighting over who's going to funnel that pipeline, who's going to take over that drug pipeline and make the most money. But talking about street money is enough for everybody to make it. So moving past that, we're looking at the Florencia 13 and the East Coast Crip gang. Their particular troops. It came in the wake of a long rivalry, like Hatfields and McCoy's war, and these men have been killing each other over one incident. And again, if you know anything about the streets and gangs, it only takes one incident. You know what I'm saying? It takes one incident, and then it's a whirlwind of shit from that point on, and everybody becomes subject. Everyone becomes a victim. Civilians who have nothing to do with the gangs get caught up in it, and that's on both sides, black and Mexican. So right now, which is very stellar as far as I'm concerned, is that they've had a chance, and especially in this particular political climate we're living in with this particular president that we have, and shooting all this satirical information out. It's dope to see how these two juggernauts in this particular culture of gangbanging have come to the table and said, you know what, we're gonna stop this. We're gonna move past this. You know, we're not gonna harbor on who's killed who, how many deaths we've lost on both sides. Where we're gonna go from here. We're gonna go from now. And see, that's what this is about. We want to move from that spectrum of we can't forgive to what happened back then, or no one really cares anymore. And that's where we want to be at, because we have to move together in order to live together. And that's the trip, because blacks and Mexicans have been living side by side in Los Angeles forever. I went to elementary school with Mexicans. The three cultures in my neighborhood were black, Mexican, and Asian. That was that, you know. But once you start putting street money into it, illegal gotten gains, there's going to be some collateral damage. So again, shouts out to the East Coast Crip Gang and the Florencia 13s. You know, the blacks and the Mexicans in Los Angeles County doing their thing. We really appreciate y'all. We love y'all for what y'all doing. We're going to support y'all. This is from the Man Cave. This is real from the Man Cave. We want to let you know we support what y'all doing. Keep doing that. Don't stop doing it. Don't let these shiesty ass popos get in the way and start putting shit in the game and you know, to where y'all want to fall back into that bullshit because it's not necessary. Y'all know what y'all doing. Y'all know what y'all doing is right. Don't stop. Don't let nobody get it. The little homies don't understand what's going on. They make them understand. OGs, make them understand what's going on. Let them know why this truce is necessary, where they live, who their family is, who their neighbors are, and how they should be moving forward together. That all being said, again, this is Reels from the Man Cave with Verb and Reels, and we want to just show the love to y'all and keep that going. Peace.
Welcome back. You tune into the Man Cave with Verb
and Reel.
And a few things we like to talk about. We try to keep everything in check, especially when we when we dialogue like this.
Right.
A big problem is egos. Yeah. So how you keep your ego in check, brother?
It's not always easy.
Not always easy.
You know, I do my best to stay humble with, particularly with this podcast. You know, with this whole seeing myself on television, seeing myself on the internet. Yeah. It's humbling for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I get a chance to be vulnerable and inform at the same time. Mm-hmm. You know, I check my files to make sure the information I'm disseminating makes sense and is accurate. But I get a chance to also, my viewers and listeners get a chance to say, well, D, I didn't like that. I didn't agree with you on that. Yeah, because I'm in this particular state of being, you know, on camera, I'm able to say, well, let's talk about that. Yeah. Tell me what happened. Tell me what I said that you did not agree with, or how can I make what I'm doing better for you? You know, and it's all about humility. Right. All about humility. I think your boy Kendrick Lamar said, be humble. Sit down. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't only have to be seen. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's checking my ego to do it.
I think it's important, and that's why I really like the dialogue for this show, because I done seen some shows where cats say they have a little bit of critique. Somebody say, hey, you know what I think, and they come in there, I don't give a damn what you think. Like, damn, like, you know, you want people to dialogue, but you can curse the man out in your comment section. Now they lighten them up. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's a big part, checking egos, and that's why I rock with you, brother.
Word up.
A big part of that is because people don't probably not gonna think it, but we do go at it. We go at it all the time. We
go at it.
But I've never felt like D just try to go big on me on some like I'm gonna try to belittle you type shit. Yeah. Like I don't think that's important when dealing with homies and dealing with cats. You don't want nobody that's gonna undermine. You always big up and you be like, nah, T, you got this, you got that, and vice versa. And I think that's important. I think when you have an ego, then you often you vulnerable. Like you got to be the one in the forefront. You got to be the one that's seen all the time. And I like that fact that we be fighting each other. Who go step in the front? Like, nah, D, you take that. Nah, you got it, T. You do this, you do that.
You got it.
But that's because we both humble. We try to come correct. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to egos.
Word.
And I think that's dope. I think that's a dope thing. And
I'm getting goosebumps over here, y'all.
Yeah. We both can be
100
forward-thinking cats. We both can be aggressive, but at the same time, it's like, nah, that's a better topic for D to handle. And if and the big thing about what I do love about this is that we don't speak on shit that we haven't researched or we don't know nothing about.
Come on.
And I think
check our files.
Yeah.
Check our files.
You'll get cats that do that. We'd be discussing something, and they be like, well, here's what I think, and it's like, well, like how you came to that conclusion, brother? Like,
well, where's your source? Where's your backup?
I want to know.
Where's your scholarly source from?
I want to know.
Yeah, right.
And people think that people get mad about that, and it's not that I'm pressing you because like I want to be an asshole. It's I'm pressing you because maybe I don't know everything. Maybe somebody taught me something wrong.
Come on.
But if I check the facts and it just don't add up, like you know me, I rarely get mad, but that's like one reason. That's my pet peeve. Like, and you just be spouting on shit, and then you don't disappear on me after you say it.
Right, you can't just bounce.
And all of a sudden it's like
hit the door.
Yeah, like hey, I'm calling your phone and you just say, hey, the number you have reached is not like. but like I did the research. Now let's talk about it.
Right.
So I think that's a huge thing, especially when it comes to like a lot of this internet stuff, because people put stuff on the internet and automatically they figure
you call it trolling.
Yeah, people
just to
troll.
do shit. Just to do
Yeah,
shit.
and I'm pretty sure we're gonna start getting trolls, and I welcome the trolls.
Come on home.
I like that shit. It's funny to me because I'm a clown. You already know I'm a comedian too. We clowns.
We do this. You know what I'm saying? We do this for real.
We got jokes. But ultimately, not to cut you off.
No,
ultimately,
we
got jokes. But ultimately, we wanna egos. Like ultimately, that's the biggest thing. Like I want to be able to. If the show grows, which I hope it does, and I'm expecting to do, well, yeah, we doing our thing, right? I'm trying to stay humble. But I'm speaking into existence.
Check our ego at the door.
When it gets bigger, which it is going to happen.
We know it's going to get bigger because we got a lot to say.
I'm gonna rely on this brother to keep me grounded. You know, I might throw on the aviator shades and have the champagne. He say, "T, what you doing?" You know what I'm saying? Like.
Honestly, I don't think my man gonna do that.
That's me, man. I'm about to get iced out. Had a dripping coming in, like dressed like the Migos, got the Versace on. Like, you know what I'm saying? My jewelry clinking. You can't even hear the camera. My jewelry clinking. Nah, that ain't me. You know that ain't me. Bro.
Nah, that ain't you.
That ain't me.
I've seen a homie come up in here, looking like straight schoolboy somebody. Like I can't even say schoolboy Q because he just, I'm like, all right.
Boy said schoolboy Duke. Huh?
Yeah, like no, never that. No, but you come like you fresh off the panel.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
You come straight off the panel, man.
I thought you about to shoot one at me.
No, homie, no, not at all. Never that. We don't do that.
No, that's word.
We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? But again, checking our egos at the door. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all for being there for us. Keep viewing us. Keep checking us out. We got a number of different social platinums, social media platinums, YouTube, and IG, Facebook, Twitter. Yeah. Stay with us. With that, we want to stay humble. We're gonna stay humble. Yeah. We're gonna stay on point with y'all. We're gonna keep our information factual. We're not gonna give you no bullshit. And if it's bullshit, you're gonna know it's bullshit because we laughing.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? It's comical bullshit.
It's comical bullshit, but at the same time, like it's we're gonna bring it to
something
you
can relate to.
Yeah, something you can relate to, right?
Something you can relate to.
And I think that's what keep us in check. You know,
Indeed.
you have a great team, but if the chemistry's not right, and you got one dude trying to be the star, you know, you say, oh, you know, I'm gonna let you get off. The next time I'm gonna get off.
Right. You don't have the parameter to do that. You don't have the what my man say, the testicular fortitude to let somebody else be first. You don't have it.
That's
You're
real.
a coward. You know what I'm saying? You can't.
You want me to introduce, or you want to drop that?
Yeah. Well, right now we're gonna move into the next segment of the show, the piece of the show where we introduce some new music. Right now we got a new upcoming artist. Close friend of mine, close family member of mine. Love this brother deeply. He did a couple of drops for us. He recently did the drop from Man Cave.
Yeah, and dope track.
Dope track.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? This boy's off the chains. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
I argued today with one of my mans that this cat is dope enough to stand on the same stage with Mos Def, J. Cole, and Kendrick Lamar. And my man was like, nah. I'm like, yeah, but the man's dope. Yeah. This cat is dope. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to some new music from my brother, Trap Pop Shakur, a.k.a. Trap. And we got some new music from him. Stay with us.
Where revolution meets the streets, social issues, justice. But here we go. Welcome to the Man Cave. Welcome to the Man Cave. Yeah. Welcome to the Man Cave. You're now welcome to the Man Cave. Welcome to the ghetto where you were welcome to settle. But if freedom's what you want, we gon' turn it up a level. Everybody plays the fool, you should know. Aaron Neville, angels get their wings battling the devil. Welcome to the They said they want the truth from us, don't know what to do with us. System is the proof, they say a gang is just a group of us. They don't want a truce from us, tighten up the noose on us. I'm trying to bring them light, but they uptight, need to loosen up. Lose the cuss, Mr. Overseer, see the truth is us. Either put the squeeze on the king or they juice him up. 2 for 1, chitty bang bang, the way they shoot us up. But I shake to the gods, we gon' keep fighting with Lucifer. Start a revolution, know the government abusing us. People playing God, judge, jury, executioner. Renaissance Don, all that cooning ain't amusing us. Easy, we been on that Georgian Wheezy, how we moving up. Eye level, then I took it sky level. Praying to the high heavens, transformed into God level. Still I hear the screams like the steam out of hot kettles. That's why if they ask me, will I stop? I say, not never. Welcome to the man cave. Welcome to the man cave. Welcome to the man cave. You're now welcome to the man cave. Welcome to the ghetto where you were welcome to settle. But if freedom's what you want, we gon' turn it up a level. Everybody plays the fool, you should know. Aaron Neville, angels get their wings battling the devil. Welcome to the man cave. Real life stuff. That's all we doing from here on out. So grab a chair, go ahead and log in. Yeah. You were welcome to the man cave. Now you're in the man cave. I'm saying welcome to the man cave. You have entered in the man cave.
Okay, welcome back to the Man Cave. We bring it to you raw. We talk about a lot of things, right? A lot of people hit me up. They always be, Verb, you always on the politics. Like, boy, I'm a political nerd. And if you know me, you know that, right?
Exactly.
I watch C-SPAN. I do all that cornball political shit. Okay, whatever. You can laugh at it if you want. But at the same time, I think it's important to be informed, right? I'm the nerd until you don't understand some shit and you're trying to wonder why something is changing. So check it out. It's good to be informed, and right now is it's like theater right now for me. You got this Trump impeachment situation, which is wild. Impeachment starts in the House, and you have and then he moves over to the Senate. And if anybody knows, Democrats, they control the House, Republicans control the Senate. So my man's was asking me, he was like, huh? Real. Okay, so my man's was asking me, he was like, the situation with Trump. I said, it's tricky. I said, as with all things, nothing's perfect, right? And the situation is very corrupt right now because basically what you have is, we know the rules, right? You gave me the rule book and we both reading from the same rule book. But at the end of the day, you have individuals that they feel Trump was that one. That was they dude. That was their Debo. That was their big homie. Like, that's their Debo. Like, we got our Debo. They not gonna do nothing to undermine that because America's changing. The world is changing. America's changing. Especially a country like America. It's getting much more diverse. It's getting much more tolerant of certain ideas. And for a lot of people, when you can keep a stronghold on certain things, that equals power and ultimately money. You have race issues. You got issues with sexism, whatever, patriarchy. But you also at the same time, you have ageism. But you also have the have and the have-nots. So you have, I'm a firm believer and I'm a big proponent of class consciousness, right? And it's always funny to me when you have somebody that'll argue me down and be sitting here telling me that I'm tripping. And this brother, or whoever, not your brother, just anybody, you in the house with a generator in your house leaning to the left. And I'm sitting here telling you, I'm like, yo, you ain't got to live like this, Like, you ain't, like, it's ways to go about this. Like, it's nothing wrong with being able to go to the doctor. It's nothing wrong with having your tax dollars work for you. You feel me? People then got it twisted in their head where they feel like, maybe they feel like they don't deserve it. You feel me? And we in a current time where it's a battle. And I think a lot of people are waking up to this idea that, like, maybe we can do better. Maybe this thing can work in a better way. You feel me? Right. You got major corporations, they getting money. They more gangster than anything you ever seen. Like, it don't even compare. You know what I'm saying? They shit. We just saw that with this whole thing with this I forgot the company name, but with the opioid situation. You know what I'm saying? They pushing dope, like they pushing hella drugs. And at the end of the day, shit, I guess they go claim bankruptcy and they probably go straight away. Like, you feel me? Like,
that's what they
there is no accountability. They go put it in the, like that's how the game is, right? And
that's what's gonna happen.
That is what's gonna happen.
They're gonna the Great Depression. I just said it on live. That's what's going to happen.
So this is why I get involved in politics. I got intrigued by it because you want to know the when, where, how, and the why things are the way they are. Nothing just snaps into existence, right?
Slick.
So it's always nice to know what's going on and how things came to be. Because if you're not paying attention to none of this stuff, they'll pull the wool over your eyes and take all your shit. Like, that's just the way it works. And then living in Germany and seeing how things work in other countries, I'm like, yo, like, these people actually getting taken care of. Like, yo, you cut your finger, you can go to the doctor that same day, get stitched up, and you're not like, oh, I gotta make a choice. Am I gonna go to work? I'm gonna take this finger up and just go like what am I gonna do? Like,
I'm gonna eat.
I gotta make a conscious choice. Do I want to pay this co-payment
Right.
and put this money in this car and pay all this gas money, or do I want to eat for the next couple of days? You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's a tough ass choice to
my
make.
kids eat, right?
That's a tough ass choice to make, and it gets even crazier when the same people that's telling you, that's denying you that right to be like, oh, well, you know, healthcare XYZ, they got them a cool ass healthcare plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got like.
But you know, it's not for you to succeed.
Right? How you gonna tell me?
It's for you to be stumbled.
Right.
And they succeed.
Pigeonholes.
Come on, brother. How you gonna tell me that I don't deserve open heart surgery and you fresh up, you in the bed like, I gotta go back to work so I can sign this bill saying that you can't have surgery after I done got my surgery. Like, how?
Right. What do you mean?
How does that even? You feel me? Like, and that's why I said you gotta watch. You gotta check the facts. You gotta check the temperature on what stuff. So this is why I get involved in politics. Not just because I studied it, but you get tired of getting hit with the okie doke, and you start figuring out, damn, like, how can I be more informed so that this shit ain't happening on my watch? And if more people got informed, you say, no, it's not happening on my watch. I say this. I don't have no problem with people with mobilization and people taking to the streets and being mad about some shit. I hope more people get mad. People be saying, oh, well, don't do it like this, do it like that. Don't. I was like, name me one time in American history where something had changed because a motherfucker acts nicely. Like, power never concedes. If you got all the power on your side, you ain't gonna be like, oh man, I see you doing bad over there. Let me just sprinkle a little power on your side.
Hell
You never
no.
do that, right? You never do that. Nobody does that.
The rule of thumb is if
It depends on what type of person you are.
Right, but they ain't gonna let that person get the ultimate power.
No.
They gonna say, well, nah, you can get a little something.
They're going to give you a little, but they're not going to give you...
They gonna give you enough. You might try to. I'm gonna share this with y'all, but they
They're
gonna
going to
put
give
you
you enough not to revive you, but they're going to give you enough
Won't.
just to make you
That's
feel
real talk.
good.
That's real
But
talk.
But they will not revive you.
The rule of thumb is you don't help a sucker. You keep your foot on his neck.
Big thing. You don't help us up. You keep his foot on your neck,
You
right?
keep his
Because
foot.
it's profitable.
You keep your foot on his neck.
It's money. It's money. It's money. I was talking to somebody else about this. I was like, there's money in suffering. I was like, so you keep people broke. You talk about you got these payday loan companies. You know what I'm saying? you over here.
Hey,
like,
have you ever went in there and seen the line?
Yeah. You like
There's a line.
you looking over here like let me
$250.
let me hold 250 and I'll give you back 1,000.
1,000.
You know what I'm saying?
You $250.
And I'll give you back this 1,000.
$390.
So you get on that wheel. You get on that wheel.
Wait, what?
You get on that wheel. You know.
That's cold.
It's a cold game.
And the thing about it, you have to look at it is, it's on every corner. It's saturated more than liquor stores now.
Right.
If you look at it, you can even Google it on your phone. How many of those payday loans is in your city?
It's a political jungle.
No, but you
They
get
taking over
But
this.
you ain't even
It's a
gotta. You
political
ain't even gotta
jungle
go down
for
to the
itself.
store. You can just do it all on your cell phone. Be like,
Right. They
Yeah, and I see it.
yeah,
I
you
see
can
that
shoot,
before.
just shoot me this 250 to
Yeah.
my phone.
Right.
But the thing is it's sad because it's like, as you look, the wages and how much people make is going like this, a little, yeah. But the price of your life, the cost it takes to live, is just shooting up.
Sure.
Milk, eggs. That's what I said. If you want to know what's really going on, talk to a mom. Talk to somebody, a grandma, or someone who's been shopping for the last 30 years. They tell you like, oh baby, I used to take $20, go get bread, do this and that.
10 cents.
It's hard to survive out
A
here.
long way back then.
You know what I'm saying? And people say, well, it's our own fault. It's this person's fault. It's that person's fault. Instead of blaming the right people, or not even just place blame, but just get smart.
Mm-hmm.
Just get smart with it. You say, okay, I know what time it is, but now I know at the same time, like, we're going to have to mobilize and band together and push.
That's the key. You said exactly what's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
What's supposed to happen is we're supposed to come together.
But
we can't come together if we're too blind. They're putting so much in our face to blind us,
Right.
where we can't make up an agreement to come together.
Right.
That's the problem we're having in the society right now. They designed the system. It was for us to break the system, but we can't break the system if they keep throwing new shit. The new iPhone 11 in your face. Then they throw in T.I. talking about his daughter and their pussy. They know certain things to give to you. The Popeye's chicken.
The newest happening Nikes.
Yes, they're throwing things at you to make you. They just said they designed the new elite, the new Jordans is coming out. I don't even think Jordan has anything to do with that.
But that's when you're a celebrity. That's what you're getting paid to do, and it's been like that for a long time. So whether you was here now or you in the days of Shakespeare or something, that's why you going to go see the king, because you keeping everybody. They go put on the show and everybody go in there knowing damn well their stomachs is growling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at least I'm about to watch this play and they be
Cider.
like, oh,
We're eating running food.
yeah.
So I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're
They
going wrong.
keep you messed up. But then in America though, America's crazy though. America's weird in the sense like this though. In America, you could be in the same city and have totally different conditions in 15 minutes. That's crazy. No, that's it for us this time on the Man Cave for Verb
and Reel.
And we hope you enjoyed it. And if you like what you heard, make sure you share, tell a friend, and make sure you subscribe. Check us out on all the different social media platforms. They'll be in the description for sure. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Shit, check us out. We be in your community.
Indeed.
Holla at us. Reach out to us. And if you have any ideas and you want us to come to your area,
We'll be right
we
there.
traveling. We trying to make
Right
moves.
there.
We trying to bring you something different.
Yes, sir.
We want to be out there. We want to be in the community.
We're gonna be right there with you. If you're in the mud,
We
we're in
want
the
to
mud
rock
with
with
you.
you. And if you interested, you might be interested in something wild and you want to see us.
Do some wild shit. We
might go out there with you. We talk about the dirt bikes.
Yeah, we're gonna
Talking
get
about
the motorcycles.
going to somebody's farm and shit.
If he's a farmer, and we want.
Yeah, we might come out there and rock with you.
We're gonna come out there and milk some cows with you,
Yeah.
just
Right.
checking our ego. Let
real,
it be
real
known
talk.
we can get down. You know what I'm saying? But also giving that brother his platform. Why? Have you ever heard of a black farmer? Yes, but how many are there today? We don't know. But you will know once you get on our show.
So check us out, man. Make sure you subscribe and thanks for rocking with us and
Peace.
catch us next time.
Peaceful.
All right, peace.
You know.
Where revolution meets the streets, social issues, justice.
But here we go.
Welcome to the Man Cave. Welcome to the Man Cave.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Man Cave. You're now welcome to the Man Cave. Welcome to the ghetto where you were welcome to settle. But if freedom's what you want, we gon' turn it up a level. Everybody plays the fool, you should know. Aaron Neville, angels get their wings battling the devil. Welcome to the Man Cave. They said they want the truth from us, don't know what to do with us. System is the proof, they say a gang is just a group of us. They don't want a truce from us, tighten up the noose on us. I'm trying to bring them light, but they uptight, need to loosen up. Lose the cuss, Mr. Overseer, see the truth is us. Either put the squeeze on the king or they juice him up. 2 for 1, chitty bang bang, the way they shoot us up. But I shake to the gods, we gon' keep fighting with Lucifer. Start a revolution, know the government abusing us. People playing God, judge, jury, executioner. Renaissance Don, all that cooning ain't amusing us. Easy, we been on that Georgian Wheezy, how we moving up. Eye level, then I took it sky level. Praying to the high heavens, transformed into God level. Still I hear the screams like the steam out of hot kettles. That's why if they ask me will I stop, I say not never. Welcome to the Man Cave. Welcome to the Man Cave.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Man Cave. You're now welcome to the Man Cave. Welcome to the ghetto where you were welcome to settle. But if freedom's what you want, we gon' turn it up a level. Everybody plays the fool, you should know. Aaron Neville, angels get their wings battling the devil. Welcome to the Man